Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is AC Grimes, and I'm here to talk to you about self talk. Self talk is just what it says, it's just the ability to talk to yourself, to program yourself. All of us have heard how our minds are computer, and this is even more so. Even, we said it in the past, but in reality, our mind is a computer, and as a computer, we can program it. Computer doesn't care whether the program it receives is malicious or whether it has intents of goodness. All the computer does is compute the information, and of course, it computes that information based on certain already pre-prescribed laws that deal uh, or that allow it to operate. And it's the same with the mind. The mind has pre-described laws that operate on, and so it is with the mind. Now, with the program, you can go in and you can do all kind of wonderful things with yourself. You can change how you think. You can change how you act. You can change how you feel. You can change your character. You can change your values. You can change anything you want. When I was a young man, I was in my well, probably 16 in my teens, and I ran across a book that basically dealt with self-talk. And what I learned then is that what I learned then, and I still know now, is that I can create anything that I want. There is nothing that I cannot create in my mind. If I can create it in my mind, then I know I can hold it right here in my hand and it can become tangible. And I've seen this done many, many times. And I learned at a young age that if I basically uh, recorded myself on a tape, maybe some good music behind it, because music seems to help us learn better anyway. Uh, you ever do that one thing where you can't remember the name of a song or even the lyrics of the song, but you can hear it, and primarily because of the music and everything, you can sing the song verbatim, the same song that you heard or that you were trying to sing just moments ago. Now you can sing it, and that has a lot to do with the music. The music plays an important part of being able to retrieve information in the database of our brain. And one of the wonderful things to come into comprehension is that you can change everything. You can change everything in your mind. You can learn anything. You can do anything. So whatever you are right now, you can change it. And one of the beautiful things about it is you can change it by programming yourself, by learning how to give proper commands to yourself and learning how these commands are basically implemented in your body. And so once you learn how to implement these commands in your body, and you turn around and you implement these commands, I mean, things just open up. You realize that the whole world is your oyster. I remember when I was a little kid, what I used to do was I used to turn around and, well, as a teenager, rather, I used to turn around and I used to pick different subjects to learn. I had this thing, and I was on this kick for about at least, I'd say, about 6 or 8 years, where I would be continually studying 12 different subjects at a time. I might be studying astronomy, physics, anatomy, thermodynamic engineering. And what I would do, I would go to the back of the books and pick out the glossary and then record this information along with some music and some what I call some subliminal messages into a recording and listen to this. And of course, I started to be able to retrieve that information at the drop of a dime, which was extraordinary. Here was I was learning, and I began to expand upon that. I started figuring out rather quite rapidly that I can change anything. I can change my character. I can change my attitude. I can change the way I do things. I can even change the way that I'm perceived by others by, first of all, changing myself. So this was a spectacular change for me. And doing self-talk or self-commands was how I was doing this. So as I'm in my 40s now, in my early, well, I guess my late 40s. I'm 47 now. But what I came to realize was that everything that I wanted to do, I did, and I was able to do, and I was able to do well because of these little techniques that I had learned. And what had happened is it had basically started to build inertia and momentum, and things just kept getting better and better and better, and I kept learning more and more, and was able to retrieve more as far as my memory, even though it was some very tedious and a lot of times some very technical things. So I was basically able to go in there and just change all kind of things about myself, because I was brought up with the impression from my mother, who had told me and taught me that you can be anything that you wanted to be in life, and of course I wanted to be everything that I could be. So with that bit of information in hand that I could be anything that I wanted to be, so I ended up turning around being everything that I want to be. I did it all. Did it all. And so I'm standing here at the age of 47 with practically 50 different careers under my belt, and I was successful at all of them. And I owe it to the self-talk that I used to do, that I started, doing, say, 31 years ago. And now it's come back, because what has happened now, people have come to the realization that we have more control over what we do, what we say, and how our body and life conforms to that. We know now that the mind, it just is just as a computer that does computation. The mind has the ability to actually turn around and um, move matter, change things, or make the things that we are thinking about in our mind appear right before us. And this is what I want you to understand, that we can create what we want. But you got to know what you want. Yeah, and of course, most people have not spent that time to really systematically go through, or just, in general, have goals and dreams and aspirations that would adequately define what it is that they want, and to definitely pursue that want or desire or goal to the extent and the exclusion of everything else. See, now once we attain our goals and once we achieve our goals, then we can achieve things. I've learned, over the years through all my travels and everything, that not only are there no obstacles, there's actually nothing in our way to really stop us from achieving our goals, uh, except for us. And the blockages, or the enemies, or the foes, or the obstructions that we have relating to our goals are basically all based and sustained and created in our own mind. And when we can turn around and let that go and remove these so-called self-engaged or self-inflicted uh, limitation, then we can open up the doors of possibility. And actually, that's not even a good phrase to say, to open up the door of possibility, because the possibility is everything. Everything is in the state of creation. We create an alleged door that has no walls, that has no ceiling, that has no floor. For the most part, we create it. And if we can learn how to have an indomitable will, or we can learn how to not let others move our will and stay on track to what we want, then we're going to be able to hold it, and we're going to be able to make it happen right before. And now what I'm doing is I have the ability to help people obtain the same goals, to come forth and create their own self-talk. You imagine this. This is you talking. This is your voice. This is a recording that you can listen with, you telling your things, some positive things. And it can range from any subject, from health to wealth to spirituality to romance. It doesn't matter. The Bible says that so a man thinketh, so is he. So putting the right thoughts in your minds, I mean tailoring your thoughts. Can you see how spectacular that is to be able to tailor your own thoughts to your own needs? I mean, in a positive way, in a way that would be most directive and uplifting and guiding to you. You know, the possibilities are just endless. So if you're interested in finding out more about how to make these self-talk tapes, or you're interested in having one made for you, uh, give me a call or email me. My address is located on my site, and you can call me and we can set up something, because this is some powerful stuff. This is basically putting the power back into our hand, or releasing the genie out of the bottle, or capturing the lightning in the bottle. I don't know how you want to define it. But my name is AC Grimes, and I'm talking about self-talk, or self-programming, as some may say. And I will talk to you later. Have a good day.